I love it.
And now we have to get, of course, my favorite topic, porn. You started out in porn films.
So, Gilbert, before we proceed,
Subtle, Gil.
how graphic do you want me to be on this
As
interview?
much as you possibly can.
We can cut it, Barry. We can always edit it down.
All right,
Say
and
anything you want.
and your wife is going to stay in the room and shake her head negatively as I speak. Okay,
Maybe put a little, a little soft edges on it.
Not too
soft
many.
edges is you never want to use the word soft when talking about porn.
Very
by the
good.
way.
Very good.
All right, so I got out of film, and this is an important lesson for people, I think. Besides that, you don't want to ever release porns with smell-o-vision. But in any case, when I got out of film school, I decided I could be a cinematographer. I could be a cameraman. But I felt that in order to call myself a cameraman without feeling like a dilettante, I should own a camera. And this is like decades before video. So there was 16 millimeter, which was low budget, and 35 millimeter. So a buddy and I bought a used 16 millimeter camera because we felt if we owned a camera, we could call ourselves a cameraman. And the first job we got was shooting 9 feature-length pornos in 9 days. But the camera rental on those 9 days paid for 2/3 of what we paid for the whole camera. So we were already 2/3 there. Plus we got a salary. But here's the thing. The producer-director, Dick, was incapable of finding an erotic way to shoot anything. We were the only porn studio that actually had a standing set that was a dentist's office because he thought... And by the way, Mr. Thirsty, the thing that goes in your mouth, it's a sucker. It's not a pulse. So I don't know what he was intending to do with any of those devices. In any case, we shot in a loft on 17th and 5th. We built all these sets, and I'm going to cut to the chase, Gilbert. On the last day, we shot a double insertion. Some call it a double penetration, which is a man in a woman's ass and a man in a woman's vagina at the same time. The actress who was hired doesn't show up. So Dick goes to Barney's, which is at 17th and 7th, and finds a woman tailor and says, "Hey, you're kind of pretty. Would you like to act in a porno?" And she says, "Sure." So now we have a tailor at Barney's being fucked in the ass and in her vagina at the same time. But Dick, being the most unerotic filmmaker there is, figures out that this is a way to shoot a double insertion. He takes a leaf out of a dining room table, but leaves that space open. So this woman is lying on the dining room table, and so her ass is sort of sway back, hanging in that leaf area. So you've got a man fucking her on top of the table, his knees on the table, fucking her in her vagina, while Mark Antony is trying to fuck her in her ass sort of sticking out underneath the table. So he's doing pull-ups. He's got his arms wrapped around the table, his legs wrapped around it, and he's trying to do these pull-ups and keep his dick in her ass, which isn't working out. So we put pillows underneath him, and the pillows keep slipping, so we build a perimeter with wood to keep the pillows in. Anyway, the thing about this is the tailor from Barney's is thrilled and delighted to such an extent that the man in her vagina says, "I'm ready to come," which is amazing. It usually takes an average of 4 hours to get a cum shot. So he says, "I'm ready." we get in there, Bob with the CP16. I had a Bolex with a wide-angle lens, because if you're close and wide, you really make a penis seem really big, bigger than life. So anyway, the guy in her vagina comes right away. This is amazing. We're ahead of schedule. And now Mark Anthony says, I can't do any more pull-ups. And Mandy, we had a crew person called Mandy, the paper towel girl. Her job was cleaning up messes. Okay. So, and Mandy keeps putting, Mark Anthony's dick back into the woman's ass because he's upside down. So anyway, the guy in her vagina comes. So now Dick says, all right, let's close up the table. Let's keep fucking on the table. But now your action. So she's on her hands and knees. Mark Anthony is fucking her in her anus. And once again, thrilled and delighted, Mark Anthony says, I'm ready to come. Again, 4 hours ahead of schedule. I get in incredibly close with my Bolex with a 10 millimeter f1.6 Sweetar lens. Mark, and I'm maybe 8 inches from her anus and his penis. And Mark Anthony pulls out of her rectum. And it turns out that basically her insides were as if a bottle of warm champagne that had been shaken for 20 minutes. So when he pulls out, a fountain of warm, liquefied, loamy human excrement shoots out and covers me, because I'm right there in excreta. So what do? I put my camera down. Oh, your wife has just left the room.
That was it.
I put the camera down and then vomit all over her ass. Storm off the set. Go into the elevator. Luckily, no one was on the elevator. Take the elevator down to the lobby, and it's pouring rain, and I am Willem Dafoe at the end of Platoon. I am standing on the corner of 17th and 5th with my arms outstretched like Jesus Christ, letting the cold April rain wash the excrement off of my clothes and my face. And of course, it's New York, so no one seems to care or notice, except I did smell a little bit off. So anyway, my point is you really, pornos are not as erotic as you think they are, at least the ones we were making.
Did that dissuade you, Gilbert?
Yeah.
From entering the industry?
The most mind-boggling part of it is how he just went into Barney's.
Yeah.
And asked some woman.
Yeah.
Want to get fucked in the ass and the pussy. Sure.
You don't know me, but...
Well, I'm trying to remember from the book, Barry. Weren't you mugged? Didn't two guys?
Well, what happened
right
was,
afterwards?
So that was the last day of shooting, and we finished around 4 or 5 a.m. It was a disaster. It was my birthday, so Mandy, the paper towel girl, brought out an Entenmann's vanilla cake with the chocolate ice cream and one candle, and the last remaining porn actor and Dick and Mandy saying happy birthday to me. And then I lived on 7th Street between A and B in the East Village, and we were at 14th and 5th. So there's a crosstown bus that went right by my house. While I'm waiting there, still a little damp and still a little rank, I was mugged. 2 huge guys came up to me, took my wallet, took my watch. It's a longer story.
It's in
because
the book. Yeah.
It's in the book because whenever things get really nerve-wracking, I get really calm. But in any case, at some point, this guy says to me, the guy who took my watch says, "You stink. Did you just shit yourself?" And I go, you know what? Here's the thing. I didn't shit myself. I do stink, and you really don't want to know why. So we were having a conversation while I was getting mugged. Eventually, I got back my wallet and watch and got on the bus, and I basically wanted to just sleep for a year until my next birthday. Literally, your wife is gone and is not coming back. This is amazing. You're welcome.
That was a beautiful New York story. And I will tell our listeners, too, that both of the stories, both the porn shoot and the mugging, are told in much greater detail in the book. So to know more, they'll have to get their hands on the book. And I love inside jokes in movies, Barry. And in Men in Black 2, there is an allusion to one of your porn memories, to one of your porn sets. Or not even an illusion. It's a direct
that's right.
reproduction.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the Worm guys live in this sort of hip East Side apartment. The little scrawny Worm guys in Men in Black and Men in Black 2 with a white shag carpet and sort of a cottage cheese ceiling.
Right.
And it was based on the one day we left the loft during the 9 days of porno to just have one other set was in this apartment, and I based the Worm Guy's apartment on Men in Black 2 based on this place we shot this one scene with Robin Bird, who used to be a porn actress before she became
Bang Your Box.
Yeah.
Bang Your Box, baby, bang your
Everybody in New York knows Robin Bird.
Oh, yeah, she would come on at like 3 a.m.
When you say come,
yeah.
sorry.